Mike Tobin in Chicago, thank you very much. With that, we bring in Laura Ingraham, host of the Ingraham Angle. We just watched Laura, the superintendent, say that there was never a command to stand down for the Chicago Police Department. You see the evidence that is contrary to that, but this video is just incredible. What's your take on what you're seeing in Chicago, Laura?
I watched his entire presentation. And it was long, and it reminded me of something else, Martha. Remember, it depends on what the meaning of the word is from Bill Clinton.
I do.
You have listened closely to what he said. I would never tell anyone to, quote, stand down. Well, the transcript doesn't say stand down, does it? It said, we're not going to be sending anyone over there. So, I don't know if that's the game he's playing there, but the transcript does not lie, nor does the dispatch audio itself. They made a decision not to assist federal authorities. Now, they may claim, we were still processing the other scene where they had the other unrest, but they did not send manpower when it was requested. And then there's like the 38 or 41 minutes before people ended up responding to help those federal officials. But we have people's lives on the line. Okay, this is a very dangerous situation. And they made a decision not to deploy resources to assist federal authorities. And they got caught. And now they're trying to kind of, well, no, we work together. We don't collaborate, but we support one another. That was also an odd phrasing on his part. So I didn't find it compelling in the slightest. Although in some cases he did say, well, you can't box in law enforcement officers, whether they're federal, state, or local. Right. Well, that's just common sense. I mean, I don't think that was any great revelation on his part.
Yeah, he said that, if you're ramming a federal agent's car, you should expect that there's going to be ramifications for that. I think a lot of this comes from the top, right, in Chicago, in terms of the way that they are going to receive this. Here's Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, talking about this at 10 a.m. in Chicago. Watch this.
A couple of years ago, I said very candidly that the right wing in this country wants a rematch of the Civil War. I want that to sit in right now, because the President of the United States of America has declared war on the people of Chicago and people across America.
That's pretty strong stuff, Laura.
Yeah, well, what does he expect is going to come after that? I mean, he's not a stupid person. And you use words like Hitler or Stalin or Nazi, or you're declaring war on your own people, which is ludicrous. Of course, Donald Trump loves America's cities. We all know that. He loves New York, loves Chicago. He thinks they can return to their former, stellar selves. And that's what he's trying to help here. Now, you might disagree around the edges of some of the, decisions that are made. I think he's doing what needs to be done here. But that's different from saying he's declaring war, and this is a federal, quote, invasion of the city, which they also said today, Portland and Chicago. So this police superintendent is hearing it from Pritzker, the governor, and hearing it from Brandon Johnson. And no one is going to convince the average American watching this that doesn't have an effect on the superintendent, Mr. Snelling. I don't believe it for a moment.
Laura, what do you think is the ultimate impact of all of this? Because as you point out, President Trump wants to make the cities of America safer. I think you're absolutely right when you say he loves America's great cities and wants them to be restored to their greatness. Politically, socially, what's the impact of these presence of National Guard in these cities?
I think we're going to see decreases in crime. You're going to have we saw it in D.C., obviously, a little different because it's a federal city, a federal district, as you know. So they have more leeway in D.C. And longer deployments. But in the areas of the cities where federal facilities have been under siege for weeks and sometimes months, that will end. And those individuals will be prosecuted in federal court, not state court, where you have more, you tend to have more activist judges. But in federal proceedings, these individuals who are playing cute with their little masks and little early Halloween get-ups, they're going to find themselves in real legal trouble. I think that's going to have a big and positive effect. And I think the Trump administration's messaging on this has to be, we love these cities. we're going to restore these cities. Unfortunately, we don't have willing partners on the other side of the aisle, which is sad, because if they did assist a little bit, Martha, or just, said, let's do this together, I think Trump is willing to sit down with anybody and say, give me your ideas. How could we maybe improve this, or what would you do? I honestly think he'd bring Pritzker in and these guys and say, tell us your ideas.
Yeah.
And they would work together. I think the Democrats are going to look really unreasonable here.
We see what's happening in Memphis, where they're just, the response is, well, we've got a lot of guns off the street, a lot of criminals off the street. That's going to make it safer for people to walk around the city of Memphis, which is their hope. And a little coordination might go a long way in these situations. But the language of Brandon Johnson saying the president of the United States has declared war on the people of Chicago and the people across America, very dangerous indeed. Laura, thank you. It's great to see you this afternoon. We'll look forward to your show tonight.
Thank you, Martha.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.